I'm Todd Webb,
I'm DK.
and we're live. We're going to be live every Friday night. Friday now, and night is night. And
Night.
this episode, sponsored.
Wow,
or
that
not
was
sponsored.
a good
that
one.
was a good one.
That sounded like you had your finger in your butt.
That was Russell's Reserve 10-year. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll put it up there. This is the inspiration for tonight.
Ooh.
We're going live now every
Inspire
Friday
me.
around 8:30 for about half hour, 45 minutes. Hope you can join us. If you can't, you suck. But
Ask
hopefully
some
you can join us.
questions. Talk with us. Speaking of which,
Speaking of which,
I'm looking forward to getting more people in here.
I
Join
know.
us up. All right. Are you pouring or am I pouring?
you can pour.
All right.
You can pour because I popped.
Damn it. I just rolled on my left nut.
All right. So, sponsored by Russell's. We're going to start this off real quick with our favorite hashtag, and that is,
FTNF.
well, that's Dustin's favorite hashtag.
Or Tuck Your Nuts. Tuck Your Nuts is definitely top 2.
I think Tuck Your Nuts is more of a favorite.
Yeah, we also definitely need to. I didn't look it up who the Tuck Your Nuts award was this week.
Oh, we didn't look it up. But Thursday Night Football, I'm not really.
Wow, that smells sweet.
I'm not terribly upset with Thursday Night Football this week.
Who was it again?
It was the game last night. It was the Seahawks and Niners.
I know. I remember.
It was a good game. The only thing that worried me was
I got a 2-week-old.
worrying
at home.
about.
Give me.
Is worrying about Jordan Mason going down and then coming. I thought it was a collarbone.
It looked like it at first.
My initial thing was it's a collarbone,
Looked like a Tony Romo.
like a Tony Romo. And
What did you do with the?
with this
Yeah, go ahead.
cork, you want to play with the cork?
I
Oh,
did.
let me smell this.
This was making me fucking get crazy over here. I needed to put that back in there.
That's nice. Yeah, he went down, but he came back in for one play. So I guess it's an ACL joint sprain. So he's day to day, which technically means, I guess.
No, he went back in the game and it looked like it hurt when he got touched. So
Well, he ran out of bounds.
Right, and he didn't want to get touched, and he brought himself like right out. He's like,
"Guys,
yeah,
I don't think I can do this."
arms swinging like this. Yeah, that didn't look good. I like Isaac moving forward. You called him out earlier. He actually played pretty well when he came in the game.
I put him on the trade block. I put him on the trade block.
I saw that. You're such a dick.
In 2 leagues while he was down, while Jordan Mason was down on the ground. I put him on a trade block.
Hey, get it while it's hot.
I'm trying to jump into our live here on this damn thing, and it is just not cooperating. with me.
Yeah, you and
There we go.
technology has never been a good thing.
peed.
All right, let's try this.
I peed a little. There we go.
Ooh, that's
All right. So do you want to jump right in? So our Tuesday night episode got a little messed up. When Alan
Sorry.
jumps in, he'll know that.
sorry. That's my fault. I'm having some serious technical difficulties at the house with my shitty setup. So
Cheers. That's nice.
cheers.
This is right around depending where you're at. This is you have to invite Dustin every now so it doesn't get out of the stream. This is like a
Don't read him mid episode anymore. that's
35
bullshit.
40 I know, Alan, I'm not allowed to read you anymore. 35 $40 bottle.
That is nice.
So it's Russell's Reserve. It's a great.
Lots of flavor.
So this is another one of those ones, like we did the Bottled and Bond by Evan Williams.
Oh yeah.
This is another one of those ones that's
I'm
across.
still not
like,
100% on what that means.
it's a Bottled and Bond Act. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
But across TikTok and Bourbon Talk and Whiskey Talk, stuff like that, Russell's Reserve this 10-year because of the price is one of the go-to drinker bottles.
Oh yeah.
Because it's still in the price range, but like you just witnessed, it's smooth, it's easy to drink.
Is it tough to find?
No, it's
No?
pretty readily available,
All over the
which makes it
A very
a
good,
daily drinker.
a good daily drinker.
I think to be a daily drinker, you got to be able to be found.
Oh yeah.
Like Buffalo Trace, if you're in the regions where they have Buffalo Trace, that's a great daily
Ooh,
drinker.
great one to go to.
Where
yeah.
we're at, it's not
Yeah, you got to get shipped to you.
because it's allocated and you're limited to what you can get.
I've yet to see it in the liquor store. Well, I mean, we
You-
get state stores too, which is even worse.
You have to go at the right time.
Yeah.
The best thing, like we're in Pennsylvania, so we have PA wine and spirits. It's good and bad. It's good because it regulates pricing.
Right. For
Like,
sure.
For example, your brother got picked up Blanton's for like $130 out of New York,
You get it
but
for
it's
like
like
40 bucks.
65,
Yeah.
70
Is it
here.
that good? I didn't think it was that
Well,
much.
it went up a little bit, but
Did it? Well, I guess everything has.
so it's allocated here, and it's hard to get, but the pricing stays relative for across the board.
Right.
So that's kind of the bonus of being in this area. All right, so
Mm. I do like it.
We did talk a little bit about on Tuesday. We were going to talk about people that worried us before we got cut off.
Yeah.
Your biggest concern is one of your favorite dudes.
Yeah. Chris Olave is just an absolute right now. Question mark coming in at quarterback. Spencer, I hope you light the scoreboard up. I just
could be
don't.
a door for him.
I just don't. It could be. It could be.
Could be Spencer coming in and being it now.
What's the chances of having 3 or 4 good quarterbacks coming out of that draft, though? I mean, you got Drake May making his first start, Spencer making his first start. You got some rookies. You got some rookies coming up. Hopefully, he plays well.
Yeah, I'd like to see him come out and play well. And so, like I said it on Tuesday night before they had 100% announced he was the starter. What I noticed was I looked it up, and I forget I said the stat. It was either 12.5 or 14.5 yards per catch, like air yards for Raheed Shaheed.
Agreed.
So what they were doing was everyone was tight end or Kamara. So Chris Olave, being the across the field guy, just completely got forgotten by their scheme. Now this might completely, like, I still think you bench him this week because you don't know.
Because it's a question mark.
But maybe it changes and Shaheed becomes the forgotten guy, and it's more Spencer Rattler's going to trust the slants better than the post routes or the routes.
Right.
Over 20, 30 yards.
I was just about to make that point. I'm in a position this week that I don't have a choice. I have to start Olave in a 16-team league. I mean, there's just nobody else you're starting over Olave. So I'm hoping that the volume is an uptick when it comes to Spencer instead of a Carr who wants to play his Patrick Mahomes and spread the ball all over the field to Foster Moreau for no goddamn reason.
It gets worse.
But it can't. He had 4 targets last week.
Just a couple of
So that's where the whole thing about Olave has been target share.
Right.
He just doesn't get that true number 1 wide receiver target share. And I think if you remember last year when Jameis Winston came in the game, he had like 1 target for like 30 yards. And then all of a sudden, Carr got hurt. Jameis Winston came in and went Olave. And it was like, oh, there it is. And he caught like every single one. So I'm like, this might be a good thing for him. But either way, he's scaring the shit out of me right now.
He's one of those guys. I don't know if I can start him this week. Like you said, unless you have to, I would start. Honestly, I would start some of my starts when we get to that point above Olave.
Yeah.
Where normally I would say Olave is a set and forget for me, but this year he's proven. So there's a couple other guys I'm in the same boat. Yeah. Like if I have an option, okay, first I'm going to say this: nailed Mahomes being QB 19. Haha! If you started him over any of those other 18 quarterbacks,
right?
I just want to say I knew he was not going to have a good game.
He's another one you worry until he gets some other help. You might have to worry about Mahomes being a top 10 guy.
The difference is fantasy to real.
Oh yeah, 5-0, and your fantasy team is not 5-0 with Mahomes at the helm.
No, and that's the thing. That's the thing that a lot of people don't have to realize is it's not fantasy and hold on 1 second. I gotta make sure this shit is working correctly. That's not the right button.
You and your apples,
man. Fantasy and hold on a sec here. We're live.
Well,
we're uncut.
Jesus Christ, who's editing this thing?
Fantasy and real football are 2 completely different things.
Absolutely.
Mahomes is a great quarterback.
Yeah, he's the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah. So I look at the same thing. I put 3 other people in my worry. It's Breece Hall, Josh Allen, and George Pickens is just
Josh Allen. Why?
Just because he hasn't been producing. I mean, how many teams have started Josh Allen and they've lost because he's been the lowest scorer on their team? Your brother's one of them. Like he's doing good, but he's not getting. James Cook's been great.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Like he's taken. I'd say if James Cook wasn't having the season he was having, Josh Allen would have 2 to 3 more touchdowns on the ground than James Cook did.
Agreed. And do you think Josh Allen's troubles are coming from lack of wideouts? Just slack. I just don't have the talent out there for him.
Well, yeah. I mean, they got rid of everybody.
Literally, yeah.
I think what pisses me off, and it brings me to another conversation about tight ends, is where the hell is Dalton Kincaid?
Where the hell is everybody?
Like I thought for sure. And I went early on Kincaid. If you wanted Kincaid, in the draft before the season, you had to go
4th round?
3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, 4th round, I think.
And you would think with losing everybody, Kincaid should be getting 8 to 10 targets a week minimum.
I saw Dawson Knox catch a couple passes the other day and went, wait, what? What is going on here? Yeah, like speaking of tight ends, though, like if you took a tight end in the first 4 rounds, you are totally fucked right now.
I remember how we said how good startable tight ends are. And
we came out and we're like, dude, this is the best year for tight ends in like the last 5 years. It's not just Andrews, Kelsey, and then everybody else.
People went early on. We got your Andrews,
Kittle.
Kelsey.
I'm sorry. Kittle's the only one that's given back to the guys who went early on. and he wasn't even one of the first ones
And
taken.
he fell to like 8 or 10 off on most draft boards.
I agree.
Like everybody went early. They went McBride, Pitts, Kincaid, Laporta, and then obviously Kelsey.
Yeah.
Everybody, those all went in the top 5 rounds of drafts.
I will say McBride is a great buy low candidate right now.
I do see him getting better.
Yeah, he's been banged up. I think he's going to get better.
I feel
down
like
the
he's
stretch.
been getting better every week.
Yeah. If you can get your hands on McBride for shit, I don't know what I would pair him. Hell, I would do Kelsey end for McBride right now.
I worry with Raji Rice now being gone for the season, and you don't know if they're actually going to get a trade.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Kelsey's got to
get better.
Got to be a beast.
He might take off those extra 10 in love pounds and get better.
Especially if he has to. I actually don't mind it at all. I like it a lot. If he has to, yeah, that's true. I probably misspoke there a little bit, but
I mean, right now,
yeah,
where Kelsey's at. But in 2 weeks, Kelsey might be being a
Kelsey
top
just
guy
had a really good game
default.
too. He was a target monster last game.
But Breece Hall, the way that, like we said last week, the way that they're using Brandon Allen.
Yep.
George Pickens. I said it during the beer mile. He's a
George.
What I said during the beer mile. He is a true number 2.
I don't think he's ever going to be a number 1, especially with that fucking attitude. I was just talking about it, and he jacks that guy's face mask. Now, granted, in his defense, that guy got up chirping after he made the interception, but
you're not showing out enough to be that.
Yeah, you're
Travis
not
Kelce
that good
that
yet.
in his heyday,
right? Yeah, everybody's like, oh, he's the best tight end in the league. He can get away with it. But like, you're still a nobody technically. Like, you haven't done shit.
No,
stop acting like you have.
Yeah, I think it's his frustration, and you can't say that it's Justin Fields. Now, granted, it's Justin Fields.
Yeah,
but Pickens hasn't done a lot with his opportunities either.
No, agreed.
So it's 50-50.
But ball placement, I haven't really watched a lot of the tape. But if it's coming from Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, or Justin Fields, I can't imagine his ball placement's been very good. So. Nope. Maybe that's where a lot of the frustrations is coming from with George Pickens. Hopefully he can right the ship a little bit. Personally, though, I'm kind of out on George Pickens moving forward. I'm with you.
He's on my bench until he's on my.
Holy hell, that scared the living bejesus out of me.
Someone just walked in the studio door.
My God, you're not even in the live. What's the matter with you?
Get on your YouTube and get in the live, and you handle the chat.
My God, dude! Did you bring another pair of pants with you so I can change?
You did.
Oh my God!
I can't wait to watch this back.
Dude, my fucking head snapped so fast.
All right, this is a perfect segue into. This is Evan. Say hi, Evan.
Hi guys.
Just walks in the studio back door, grabs himself a bourbon. If you want to join the live, join the live. If you want to show up, show up.
We'll allow one random person a week to show up and get a bourbon.
All right. So let's segue that into our sit starts. We'll start with starts. But so if you miss it, our starts are going to be in the description. If you have check back, you miss anything, look back every week. They'll be put in our description so you can go check our sits and starts and see
or
how
just
we
watch
did.
the episode.
Don't lean on the camera and knock that over. I will fight you in public.
Or just watch the episode and go through it with us while we do it live. This is turning into a mess.
It's turning into a shit show.
This is a fucking unprofessional.
Do you want to go first? Or I'm going to go an easy start real quick.
Okay.
It's obviously, I know we've said we're not going to do number one guys.
I want to go first because Alan's in the chat.
Oh, God.
I'm going with Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams.
I think Dallas is like prone to just letting up big plays. And I think Jameson Williams is going to the house this week.
Do you think he's going to score more?
Nope. He's going to have 3 catches for 140 yards and a touchdown.
So basically Debo?
Yeah, exactly.
Where'd you put that bourbon at? This guy fucks up everything. It's out of my reach. Get it. I gotta lock that door.
From now on, fucking door is locked.
So you're starting J-Mo Williams.
I'm starting J-Mo this week, and I'm also starting J-Mo against Allen in the 16-team league.
How you like that? How you like that, Alan? Let's hear. You don't even pay attention to me anyway. Okay. You just said you don't pay attention to him anyway.
I don't have the chat in front of me.
We're not gonna be replying to the chats too terribly much in this one. Go on my YouTube and you can reply to. Do you follow me on YouTube? I'm live. Here, check out Alan real quick while I give him
33 points from Purdy.
So, my start, it's an obvious start. It's Bijan Robinson. You're starting him, but Tyler Algier has been getting a lot of work. This week against Carolina, I think
I can't.
That's all there is.
There's a big pile of shit right next to Allen's name, though. I can't get it off.
Oh, good God. Anyway,
it looks like an Ohio State logo.
This is why we don't pay attention to the chat. Yeah, Anyway, so
So who you got?
Bijan,
starting?
he's one of those guys who said
Bijan?
we weren't going to do the top guys, but I know a lot of people have been like worried about his production with Algier, but against Carolina,
He's kind of banged up too, isn't he?
Yeah, but I'm
tweaked his knee or something, or his ankle.
He's healthy. I'm just projecting that this week Bijan's going to have possibly the best week of his career so far.
I hope you're wrong because I'm going against him in a bunch of leagues this week. I was feeling good about going against him because he tweaked his, and he injured himself. I can't imagine his workload goes up.
No, I feel like
after being injured,
he's not injured, and Algier has been
injuries and injuries still.
Yeah, Algier's been getting touches regularly, not just
right.
because of the injury.
So I think that's going to continue. I think he's still just going to be mid. He's neat.
I'm going to check with his neat. So, all right, give me another one of your starts this week.
My start, I got Tank Dell.
Bijan Robinson has no injury designation, logs full practice.
Yeah, but he's still got a hammy tweaked. I'm going Tank Dell this week for my start.
I love that start.
At New England, it's a tough matchup, but you lose Collins, and Tank Dell's better than everybody's giving him credit for right now. Still a super talented wide receiver.
Before Nico's breakout last year, Tank Dell was supposed to be
the
best receiver on that team.
Yeah, right.
And then Nico just came out and he's like, "Hold my beer."
Well, see, I kind of knew that was coming because Nico's
you knew
a
he
monster.
was good. Tank Dell's okay. So Tank Dell's the Raheed Shaheed to Nico's. Nico is more your Olave.
And I think in this type of a matchup where they're gonna struggle to run the ball. I think you're probably coming up on the sits. You're gonna see why I'm going more Tank Dell here this week on my start because spoiler alert, but it's tough to run the ball against New England, especially at New England. And I think Tank's going to get loose. I think both of my starts right now are basically like home run hitters this week.
Tank Dell,
and I think they're both doing
Tank Dell will have one like Debo had on Thursday night. He'll have like that 70. He'll
and knowing Tank, he'll do it twice this week.
He might because New England is decent against the run, but can give up some passing yards.
That whole game's going through Stroud's arm this week.
I love it. All right, I'm going to hit you with another running back, and it's Najee Harris against Vegas. I just really like.
I wouldn't say a big week first from. Okay, so the question was, will CJ Stroud have a big week? I don't think so. It's probably going to be right around like 20, 22 fantasy points.
It'll be dependent on Tank Dell.
But yeah, exactly. If Tank Dell gets loose twice, then yeah, he goes for 30, 35. But if not, then no, I don't think he's going to have a huge week.
So you're saying 20, 25, 28 if Tank Dell doesn't break loose?
Yeah, correct. And then most of the time, I'm probably, if I was betting over under, I'm going under in that game just because I'm not super excited about the scoring. But again, and that's why I'm taking Tank Dell over Diggs this week because I still think it's going to be low scoring. And I think the only way you're getting fantasy points out of that game is if they get deep.
So if he's the guy, if there's going to be points scored, it's Dell.
Yeah.
It's Tank. And then Nico's,
or maybe Schultz in this red zone. Who knows?
CJ is going to get points by default if Tank Dell has a big game.
Right.
So you're hoping that Tank has a big game. He'll bring.
That's how Stroud will go monstrous if Tank takes him there. It's not a bad bench. I don't hate it. He says he's starting Kirk Cousins over CJ Stroud, and I can't argue against that after a 500-yard week.
Yeah, I mean, how do you bench a 500-yard week?
Right, yeah, dude. Big Kirko.
Big Kirko. You like that? I'm starting Najee Harris against Vegas.
Okay.
That team's a shit show.
Yeah. Like their defense is not, though, shockingly.
No, they're not, but they have, I mean, I'm thinking.
Is Crosby still banged up? I wish Tommy was in the chat. This is where we needed Tommy.
Not enough to not play, but I think game script is going to be, I think they're going to get ahead.
Am I shaking everything?
Sorry. I think game script wise, I think he's just going to get touches. Okay. And like we always say, touches and targets. Like I think they're going to be ahead. Pickens is Pickens. I think it's just going to be that they're going to lean on Najee and he's just going to get yards just in garbage time.
Yeah, Najee's been a great play this week. Or not this week, but this year so far.
I mean, serviceable.
Right. He's been giving you what you drafted him for because he didn't go very high in ADP. He's given you so far exactly what you thought you were going to get. Is it going to get better? Probably not. Is it going to get worse? Probably not. It's probably going to stay right around what you're getting.
Jalen Warren's going to be the only thing that makes him get worse. But if Najee keeps doing what he's doing, he's earned himself a 60-40 snap share regardless.
Jalen, he must have got hurt early in the season.
Like, yeah.
Because
I think he was banged up coming into the season. I think he was
He had to have been because his workload just wasn't ever there. No. Now, granted, they're not Justin Fields. I almost said Josh. Oh my God!
All right, so do you have another start?
No, I was going to say, I thought Jalen Warren was going to be a lot more involved in that offense.
I was.
And Justin Fields apparently is not very good at throwing the check down pass.
It's
not
like CMC.
He would rather take off running than throw that little check down. And it has been the absolute worst thing to happen to Jalen Warren.
No, I think it's like a CMC. I think something was nagging him, and it's just hurting him through the season.
Yeah, that's happened.
You got any more? You got more starts?
My last start for the week this week, I'm going with Josh Jacobs.
I like it.
I know he had a good week this week, so you're probably not even considering benching him, but I just got to let him know he's getting 19, 20 carries a game.
Targets and touches.
Wait, baby. And you're at Arizona.
Shaking nuts there. That's a shirt. That shirt's coming out next week.
Targets and touches.
I will be working on that tomorrow.
I like it. But no, at Arizona, Arizona's mild against the run. Kind of not playing. You got Budda Baker out there is looking to move on. You got some guys on that defense that are starting to talk like, hey, season might be lost. Get me somewhere else.
Like that, they're not giving up, but they're not going to put that extra effort in.
They're not going hard. So I like Josh Jacobs this week.
Josh Jacobs.
I'm going to keep calling it until it happens. That way I can look like a genius. He gets a receiving touchdown this week.
He's due a receiving touchdown.
We got to get that man a receiving touchdown. Jordan Love said he was going to make it happen. God damn it, Jordan, make it happen.
Make it happen. All right. Well, speaking of receiving, I got 2 more starts. They're in the same game, and I'm starting Mclaurin and Zay Flowers in the same game. I think both of them go big because the Ravens have given up a shit ton of yards to receivers.
Yeah, what's up with that?
And Mclaurin, first 2 weeks, he was like Olave to me. Like, what the hell is going on here? Now Daniels just realized, holy shit, I've got a McLaren on the field. I'm going to drive that bitch.
Yeah, right. He's the best guy on the field.
I'm going to use it. And Zay Flowers is boom or bust, but then the same side, Washington has given up the 7th most yards to receivers in the NFL. So he's got the opportunity to do what Tank Dell's going to do. So I think you're going to have 2 receivers on each side of the ball going for 100 plus. And
I like it. Zay's just due too.
Yeah, he's been kind of sitting there. He's just waiting for that big game. And Washington's pass defense is weak. So I think that's the best bet for him.
Or they're going to watch Barney run all the way up and down the field again.
I mean, he's still going to have a game.
And Barney is Derrick Henry, by the way, if you didn't pick up on it. Did they wear purple yet? Because I haven't seen him in that purple jersey.
I don't. Not a game.
I'm waiting for them to wear purple so he does look like a big old dragon walking around out there.
I hope
Dinosaur,
I hope his touchdown dance is a throwback to
I love you.
If that shit happens, I'm dying.
Derek, if you see this, which you're not, but that'd be awesome.
All right, let's move on to sits. Again, sits will be in the description. Check it out if you miss any of our start sits, but hit me with your first sit.
My first sit is the entire, I guess they're in Los Angeles now, Chargers team.
Now, we'll send out a PDF. We're not going to have room in the description.
Every single one of them.
Every
go
single
Broncos.
One of them.
Fuck the Chargers.
Not even Dobbins.
No, definitely not Dobbins. Well, if you're going to play one of them, it would probably be Dobbins. But I'm not starting a single one of their wide receivers with confidence this week.
No, and Herbert's been another one who's
especially.
God, is he frustrating?
Yeah. Imagine like having that kind of talent. Granted, new coach, the whole sit just
but he was
changed on him
last year too. But that was
he got hurt last year. He was fucked up.
He's up this year again.
Yeah, I know. So is Joe Alt. What's going on out there in SoFi? Anyway,
that pick, the Joe Alt pick in the first round, definitely blew my mind for the Chargers. I thought
it's still the best pick in the draft. I think he's been an absolute monster outside of his injury.
I didn't see them doing it, but thank God they did.
Yeah, right.
Because if they didn't, they would look like they would be worse than Carolina and Vegas.
Yeah, probably.
Like that was I didn't see it coming. Surprised me, but a smart pick.
I know. You remember? I kind of called that.
You did kind of call that. I'm not going to acknowledge that.
I said that Joe Alt should have been going ahead of a lot of these quarterbacks. I might have even said Jaden Daniels. I'd have to check the tape.
Joe Alt has a shot to win Rookie of the Year too. He's playing.
But they don't
get the credit. Though.
No, I mean I don't even
credit.
Before he got hurt, I don't think he allowed a pressure on the quarterback, let alone the sack
he's been playing,
or a penalty.
He's been playing a 3-year veteran.
Yeah, he's a monster. But
all right,
remember when we used to take linemen first overall? I do. I remember
before fantasy football. All right, my first start.
That's actually a good point.
My first sit is kind of not obvious, but it's Devin Singletary. After what Tyrone Tracy did last week, I feel like
who's drinking slow now, bitch?
That's my second one. Beer bitch, fill us up.
Your first pour was bitch sized.
All right, so I'm setting Devin Singletary, and I do personally love this because one of the dudes that I have said for a long time, and it was even in my sleeper episode, was Tyrone Tracy Jr. Love the talent of that man. He took 18 touches for 129 yards. That's 7.2 yards a carry.
That's impressive.
Was his efficiency with the Giants' offensive line. So you can't tell me that Devin Singletary is going to come back, if healthy, and get a full workload. You're not. He's earned himself 30% snap share.
Yeah.
So I want to see what happens before I confident. Jesus, this is why we lock the doors. I want to I want to see. I want to see how that split goes. So if I have an option other than Singletary, I'm benching Singletary. If he's also questionable. So, but if he is to play, I think you got to bench him till you see what they do after what Tyron Tracy showed last week.
Agreed. I think if you're in anything less than a 12-man league, you're benching both of those guys this week
until you see what happens.
Yeah, because
do not drop Tyron Tracy, because I feel by the end of the year he might be the guy in that offense.
Especially if you're in a keeper league, because that guy could be a monster next year.
Hell yeah.
Especially with neighbors. Yeah, that offense is only going up. Daniel Jones is even looking pretty good.
They're not a great team, but fantasy-wise, they are producing.
Yeah.
I'm starting Daniels this week. He's my QB start.
Yeah, neighbors being out kind of takes the weight onto everybody else's shoulders again.
I'm jumping.
It's a whole different team with neighbors in the game.
I'm jumping ahead though. I'm going to start as my QB start is Daniel Jones.
You're starting Daniel Jones this week?
I'm starting this week. I picked him up to start him this week.
Jesus.
Against
fucking
They're
Christ.
gonna have to throw the ball. And so that's why I think Tyrone Tracy again gets a big game. I think Tracy.
Who do they play?
They're playing the Bengals.
Dude.
You'll see.
Give
me your start.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm gonna pick him. Don't do this to me again. Give me your sit.
My sit is the running backs for whoever gets it. I don't know if Mixon's coming back.
So you're just sitting teams.
Because I don't like them against fucking New England this week.
So you're sitting the Texans.
The running backs and the Texans, yes. Whoever gets the rock for the Texans this week.
Cam Akers has not been efficient with what.
Yeah, now if it's Mixon, you're probably in a position where you got to play him.
But he's gonna be limited.
But he's banged up. He's coming back. Right. You got other guys there. I want to stay away from it if I can.
And then I'm going to copy myself, and I'm going to sit Etienne for the same reason, because of what Bigsby did last week.
Yeah, well, watch. They're going to completely flip the script on you now.
That, or I think that they're different enough of running backs that they're the Zeke Pollard.
You think Tank's more the Zeke?
I think Tank's more the Zeke. Etienne's more the Pollard.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that it's not like Pollard and Spears.
Yeah.
I think it's enough of difference that I think Bigsby just earned himself at least a 40% snap share.
Yeah, it's weird too, because Peterson doesn't use Etienne like they did before.
No, he does not use him correctly.
Like they used to run like a stretch zone running scheme, and
I got a great comparison.
They don't do that anymore, and Etienne has struggled because of it.
The way Pollard was used when Zeke was there, versus the way Pollard was used when Zeke was gone.
That's a very good way to put it.
Pollard was great because how he was used when Zeke was there. Then when Pollard became the guy,
right,
he became average.
Yeah, and he was like one of the worst rushers in the red zone.
That Bigsby did what he did. Maybe they'll use Etienne like they should use Etienne.
So you're saying they should go watch a lot of like 2018 Cowboys?
Yes, and that's how you should use.
No, it's a little far back. Oh, God, 2024.
But I'm saying.
Yeah, you heard me.
But that timeshare should be Bigsby has showed, like, dude, I can run it up the gut. Let Etienne be that utility knife.
Right.
Like, and I think that they'll both still be relevant starting RB2s.
I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I don't think.
Where's the witch going?
I don't. He needs to ride a broom next time, or he's not allowed back. I wish you
could see the studio right now. There's a witch walking around.
It's October.
For our first Friday night live on the new format. This is great.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, is he behind the car now? Oh, Jesus. All right, give me you got another sit?
I don't.
I got two more. I'm gonna go 2 wide receivers. And we talked about this earlier. I'm
trying to think of who I'm actually like.
Well, we went different on this. I'm sitting Mike Evans.
Oh yeah, Lattimore.
It's tough to sit Mike Evans as good as he's been, but
every now and then though he gets a game against them. What the fuck is that?
I
was thinking,
can we have a witch every time? This is wonderful.
A bourbon
I'm
witch?
sitting Mike Evans. I'm sitting Mike Evans because every time he's going up against Marshawn Lattimore, he's gotten owned by him. His I can't even.
I'm sweating now, guys. This is ridiculous.
So Lattimore is owned Mike Evans. His worst games every year of his career have been when he's going against the Saints because of the coverage. Now he might have a good game, but I think based on history, if you have another option, you sit Mike Evans.
Absolutely, I'm with it. It's a tough matchup for him. That threw me off.
I know. I am confused.
But anyway,
It's
I
the
like
ice
to
cube whip.
sit, but I can also see Mike Evans going for 175 yards and 3 touchdowns because that's just what Mike Evans does.
Right. It gives you a reason to sit. The last one I'll give you real quick is Downs, because reports are AR starting, and with Anthony Richardson starting, Josh Downs' value goes down. He's been great with Flacco,
Yeah,
but if AR starts, you got to sit down.
I really hope AR doesn't start.
I know, for fantasy relevant, if you have anybody other than the quarterback, you don't want him to start.
No.
But if you have him, you want him to start.
Well, Pittman just went on IR, or is thinking about going on IR because of his back.
Yeah.
So Josh Downs goes down, but
well,
as far down as you
actually,
think.
it came out today that he said he's gonna power through or play through.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
So we'll see what he does. But my
Dude,
thing
Shefty's off his fucking game this year. That's
wait,
all I
not
gotta
true.
say.
Alan said not true. I don't know what he said not true about, but we'll find out. Totally not true. What is he saying not true about? Alan, what are you saying? Evan, ask him.
I did tell him I had his back and I was paying attention, but actually I stopped paying attention.
On the downside comment. Downs. Oh, on the Downs comment.
See, I stopped paying
Oh, he's got ownership. He's partial, Alan.
He's
All right,
biased.
He's biased.
I'm biased too. I'm with you, Alan. I don't think Josh Downs is going as far down as this guy's making.
Dumbass bet. What's the over under points?
Points as far as fantasy points?
Point. We're a fantasy football podcast. Shaking. No,
11.2.
I'll take the under.
You want under on 11.2?
11.2.
I'll give you 11.2 and under. I'll go over on the 11.2.
Okay, so 11-3, you win. 11-2,
Actually,
I
if
win.
it's 11.2, it's a push. We're both doing a shot.
Okay, 11-2, we both
If
do
it's
a shot.
11-2,
on the point, so I'm saying under 11-2. All right.
And we're not doing low 100th points. We're
No,
going to
we're
the
not.
10th. We're not going to that fucking 100th point. Okay?
All right, let's get weird now. Let's get to our pick'ems.
Not if we're both doing a shot.
We're 30 minutes in. Let's go to our pick'ems.
Okay. Who gets to start? Who's in the lead?
I had a bad week. I'm not gonna lie. So
I just wanted to hear you
scored
say
third.
it.
Also, we had a chat team, which we'll point out Alan's
Oh,
chat team.
fuck. He probably won, didn't he?
No, he did not.
Oh, no?
So my team
What
of
an
Smith,
asshole.
Ford, and Wicks, dude. Jerome Ford, I'm benching him. I'm throwing the motherfucker.
I tried to tell you.
And it's not him. It's Deshaun Watson.
It's the whole offensive line.
No, it's
the whole
Deshaun
team.
Watson is trash. Bring on Jameis Winston.
Dude, he had a QBR of like 8 at one point.
He walked off the field.
Like, he's got Jamarcus. No, hold up. I got to defend him on that. There was 12 men in the huddle when he walked off the field. Okay? You heard it here. Go back and look at the fucking huddle. There was already 11 motherfuckers in that huddle. And if Deshaun Watson would have went into the huddle, it would have been a penalty and they wouldn't have been in field goal range anymore. So he did the right thing by just being like, you guys are fucking shit in the bed here.
Okay.
And he walks off the field and then you see Stefanski's like, what are you doing? And he puts his hand on his back like there's 11 people out there and he goes, ah, fuck. And he just goes like this.
All right, I'll give you that, but he's still trash and he's hurting.
Agreed.
And he's hurting that
1,000%,
entire
but I
team.
had to defend him on that.
All right, fine. All right.
Jam your finger in his ass and he'll be a lot better.
Go get your massage.
Exactly.
All right.
They need to get somebody there immediately.
All right. So our teams, I scored 38-06 and you scored 83-84. You had a great week. And now what's funny is the chat team, which happened to be you, Alan. Oh, I'll send you a link about the down share with AR. Okay, share and production is different, but maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I hope you're wrong this week. Anyway,
I don't. Go Josh.
41.98. So he barely beat me.
So
with his Zach K9 and Johnson. So right now we're sitting pick'ems is 268.24 to 335.42. So it's still not far
beat you
off.
by 50 points.
Yeah, but I came back. We're still within.
I was still beating you before that, though.
Only by like 15.
That's fine. I'm back up to 60-point lead.
Then go.
It's a whole week.
Then,
you scored. That's 2 weeks of your scores. Go first. All right. I'll go first. Roll the dice.
Taylor Swift at wide receiver.
Actually, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going Jameson Williams.
You're going Jay Will.
I'm going Jameson Williams this week, man. I really think he's due. I think he's going to go fucking massive this week. It's probably a really dumb pick, but I don't care. I'm a little tipsy and I'm lacking it.
All right. I am going to. I'm going to go running back. No, I'm going to go wide receiver, and I'm coming off a bye. I'm taking Jalen Hurts this week.
The quarterback?
The quarterback. I said I was going to go running back. I said, no, I'm not. I'm going to.
That's not what you told me earlier.
I told you he was one of my starts.
No, I thought you were going with Spencer Rattler.
Oh. No, the normal me who doesn't want a tattoo.
I was taking Hurts this week. You son of a. I had first pick too. I was gonna go Jalen Hurts, and I was making fun of Allen and went fucking James.
I went Jalen Hurts because look, if you look, they've been written down before you even got here.
I wrote him down here.
Well, I told you he's on my start list this week.
You didn't say that 10 minutes ago.
Hold on. Wait, look,
the
I'll show you
bourbon is
though.
kicking in.
I'll show you though, right there. Hurts on the start list, written before you
yeah,
got
well,
here.
that's in red pen, and you're writing with red now. You just wrote that.
Actually, that's green right now.
Whatever, it was your pick. I can't be too mad.
Yeah, you could have
Okay.
gone quarterback, you dirty son of a
Well,
piss
let's keep
quick.
it rolling.
What was his team
I'm
last
gonna
week?
go Josh Jacobs.
Alan, I'll get back to that comment in a second. Ooh, okay, so you're going full on your starts.
I like him. I mean, that's why I told you to start him.
So you're going Joshua McJacobs.
Yep. Receiving TD, calling it. He's getting one.
He is so freaking due.
He's so getting one.
So due.
He's gonna actually catch like a screen this week and take it like 90 yards to the house. It'll probably be something completely astronomical, just because that's how the world works. It'll probably be like a 99-yard screen pass that he just fucking takes to the house for some reason. That's how he's gonna make it. That's how it's gonna happen.
He's not gonna get going.
It's not gonna be.
He's not gonna get a 2-yard touchdown.
No, it's not gonna be like from 5 yards out. Where
It's gonna be stupid.
It's gonna be from fucking forever away.
Alan said, "What was his?" He's got a monkey on his back. Can you
Between him and chat, this is going
text in the
completely.
chat. Ask Alan what he means. Alan, I guess I could just say it on here because he's listening. Wow.
But we're delayed, right?
All right,
How
I'm
much are we
going
delayed?
like enough.
So we can always edit out and like those 2
I
minutes.
don't edit it. Well, I'm gonna go wide receiver, and I'm gonna take in his biggest game of the season against Detroit on Sunday, CeeDee Lamb. Take
I hope it goes
CeeDee
fucking massive for you.
Lamb. I know you do.
Yeah.
You don't for this because when we pick a tattoo, I'm gonna love it.
I thought it was our logo.
Well, yeah, you have like a whole logo plus for me. I'm gonna be nice to you though. You're gonna be like, you're gonna be smaller than this. Don't worry.
It's okay. I'm just gonna put it on the tip of my penis.
All right. So, if anybody can design a tattoo that is roughly a penny in diameter, let me know. Of course, the monkey guy's got a guy.
I gotta
All
go.
I got a monkey on my back.
God, you're gonna have to Dak
All right.
Prescott me to fucking put that tattoo on me.
Give me your quarterback. That's not Jalen Hurts. Did I really throw you off? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was taking Jalen Hurts.
Would you like Jalen Hurts? If you want.
No, I'm gonna
It
actually.
will cost you 15
You know what
points
I'm
in
gonna
your
fucking
pick'em,
do?
and I will let you have Jalen Hurts.
Nope, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna counter your CeeDee Lamb,
Do
and I'm
not.
gonna take Dak Prescott.
Fuck.
Because I even have that written down. It says Hurts or Dak because I like the matchup.
See,
This
I
week.
had Hurts or Justin Fields.
And I think Dak fucking balls out this week.
I actually think that
Cowboys need to-
Justin Fields is gonna have a good week too.
I think,
actually.
yeah, I think Cowboys need a get right game this week. I think they go in and absolutely put it to. Fuck, I had this and I blanked out. Detroit. I think they put it to Detroit this week.
I think that's an over game.
and
Take
I think
take
it's-
every over you can except
I
for
agree.
Rico Dwally.
I agree, but we're in Jerry World. I think they're going to put it to Detroit, and then I think Jamison Williams is going to go ahead and catch your long ones to get back in it. And then it's close down the stretch, but
Dude,
I think they're going to put it to him early.
See, I was between Lamb and ARSB
Same.
because I think Lamb and Sun God are going to do exactly what my start. I'm not going to pick them as starts because you're always starting them.
Right.
But like that's going to be the same as my McLaurin and Zay Flowers. I think you've got
In daily fantasy, smash Amon Ra this week
Amon Ra and Lamb smash them because they're both going to go for 150
and a tutty.
each. It's going to be big. All right. Well, I'm going to finish it off with a running back, and I was going to take Bijan Robinson Jr. against Carolina, but he's kind of been like hurt. He might not play.
If he
Speaking of
doesn't, I
which,
hope he doesn't because I got
He doesn't
Eckler
play.
ready.
If you got Eckler, stream Eckler.
Eckler's
I mean-
a hell of a start. His efficiency has gone nothing but skyrocketing lately. Before the injury that he had like 6 carries, and it was like 5.5 yards per
Because
carry
they're-
with like
'cause
12 yards per catch.
He's getting those every once in a while, the passes to where they need to be,
right.
and then he's taking them for an extra 20, 30
And
yards.
Jaden Daniels is making him that much better.
Jaden
I think he's a
Daniels is-
perfect complement for Jaden Daniels. His
Jaden
power.
Daniels is CJ Stroud a year later.
Agreed. Actually,
And that's well,
I actually am going to go a
I,
step further and say Jaden Daniels is a little bit better than CJ Stroud.
Yes, because he has the legs that CJ Stroud doesn't have.
And yeah, because I think they're identical when it comes to passing.
did
in
I not-
football. Actually,
You need-
Jaden
you need
Daniels.
Cheers for this.
Jaden Daniels may be a little more accurate than CJ Stroud, though. That dude's
He
throwing
is.
fucking dimes. 80%?
We had this
What?
conversation when I'm shitting all over Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
What did I tell you years ago, like weeks ago, months ago? Jaden Daniels is hands down the best quarterback in this draft.
Would he be doing it in Chicago?
Yes.
I think so too.
I think Jaden Daniels is the more. Caleb Williams got the hype and
I mean,
ran
he's
with
doing
the
it
hype.
in Washington. It's pretty much the same thing, right?
Yeah, he's got less weapons. He's doing it
Oh,
in
yeah,
Washington
probably.
with
Easily.
less weapons. Now,
Less.
offensive line, I think, is just a little bit better in Washington,
Agreed.
but less weapons. You got Roshan Johnson, Swift, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Romo Dunze,
Yeah. Well,
and Cole Kmet.
Who's the OC? And I'd have to look it up. Let's not even.
What I'm saying is, like, yeah, in Washington, he'd be doing it. Now, if you switch Stroud and Young, I do think Stroud would be better than Young, but that's a huge difference in talent on the rest of the field. But
Yeah.
I said it.
I feel so bad
I
for
said it a
Bryce
long
Young.
time ago. It was like when they came out, Young and Stroud. Stroud should have been the first quarterback off the board.
Agreed.
Daniels
100%.
should have been the first quarterback off the board.
Yeah.
Not Caleb Williams is doing better. I gotta say it.
His marketing team
He's
was
still-
got him the first
He's
overall
still
pick.
a bitch, but
He paints his fingernail.
but I'm saying he's. I
That
said it
doesn't
from
make
the
him a
get-go. I called it.
It's raining dicks.
Daniels is legit. Everyone thinks he's gonna have a fall off. I
Who's
don't.
that? Jaden Daniels?
No. A lot of the analysts think like, yo, he's good now, but he's due. Like people. Well, let me pick my
Well,
first before we do this. My running
That's
back.
because that's what statistics tell
We'll
them.
come back to this one. Before
Okay.
this, my running back. I'm taking Derrick Henry against Washington.
I like it.
I want to see.
I hope he
I
goes
wanna
absolutely massive
see
for
the
you
dance.
too.
So you got Dak, Jacobs, Jamison Williams, Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb. Alan, if you're in the chat and you want to throw in another team, go ahead and do it before the end of the episode. And so back to it. So I was listening to people like on a Philly station. They were saying about the matchups that the Eagles have, and they're talking
Okay.
about Washington and Washington winning the division. And this is coming from a Philly fan. They were saying that it's Jaden Daniels. He's still a rookie. And my mind goes,
throwing 80-some%
no,
right now.
he's legit. He had his growing pains the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, he already had him.
And what you see is what you
And
get.
everybody dropped McLaurin and we were running
I'm
with.
so glad I sat on him.
Yeah.
I don't think what the Philly radio station was saying was that, like, by the time that Eagles play him, it is Washington, it is Jaden Daniels, it is a rookie. We still have a chance to win the division. Yeah, we do. We are a more talented team, flat out.
Your defense is not stopping Jaden Daniels.
But
so.
Jaden Daniels is not a fluke.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Because they said the same thing about Stroud last year. They
The only
tried to
thing
say
he
that.
has to avoid is the RG3 injury. And Kyle Shanahan isn't there, so he'll be
Oh,
fine.
and Washington is bad for that. Theismann Smith.
Well, Dan
RG.
Snyder's no longer the fucking owner, and Shanahan's are no longer the head coach. So I think he'll be fine, even if he does get injured.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. I think Alan left the chat. You son of a bitch.
That's okay.
All right. So no, I think I'm gonna catch you this week. I'm gonna have a good week.
What am I going to score 0? Is that how you're going to catch me?
That's not right to say. It's hurtful.
I think I'm going to score 0.
I like this. So this is our first live. Went good.
Live.
Like 45 minutes in.
Live live.
We're doing the lives. We're gonna join us. That's the whole thing.
I know, right?
All the stuff is in the description.
Yeah, we're working on exploring the world and doing this shit live for you people. So join the conversation, ask some questions, follow us, do
God.
that whole
Oh,
thing.
God. It's coming back. The witch is coming back.
Yeah, because the more you guys interact, the better this show's gonna get. I promise you that. Because Lord knows I don't do research. I do better one-on-one talks. And oh my God, I'm gonna
live. This witch has to be here every week.
fucking a witch.
That did scare. Oh, Alan's in here. Alan, you didn't leave. I love you so much. I don't take Lamb, and you guys take. He takes. Okay, Alan's taking. Oh, you son of a bitch! I actually like his team. Jaden Daniels, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Drake London.
Hey,
That's
I was gonna take Pollard this week too, but
Alan, man. Yeah, you. I almost beat you. You almost lost to both of us. We were
Oh, wait,
almost going to
hold on.
mail you a shot.
look right here. I actually crossed out Gibbs. I have Drake
Kill him.
London and Gibbs both here. I crossed out Gibbs.
That's a good team.
That's a very close team that I was gonna go with.
I
Alan.
read comments. You're delayed. By the way, so if we sound like we're delayed, it's because our live door.
We got one more thing to do, yo. There, senior host.
Senior host of Puka Nuka
You gotta
Nuka.
rate this shit.
Oh shit! It's so good I forgot. Made me forget.
Flavor.
Flavor. All right. I need a little more for this.
You just drank 2.5 glasses of it. You not know what it tastes like. You might as well then. Fuck it. I'm not the only one. All right, that's
for
good.
the homies.
One for the homies.
All right. So
Flavor.
we got taste, flavor, and drinkability.
Taste and flavor are the same thing. How are they not the same thing?
I like that. This is one of the better ones we've
We'll
had.
talk about it. He's fisting me.
He's fisting everybody.
Fucking
Wait
witch.
till you see how he gives good night kisses.
I know, right? You thought that was a broom handle he was riding around on. So flavor, what are you giving it?
I like it. It's a creamy one again. It's almost thick again. I'm gonna give it 70.
Phrasing.
70. Phrasing. I have not heard that in forever.
Did you watch Archer?
Mm-hmm.
I love Archer. Anyway,
That's his kid's name.
nice.
Phrasing. Phrasing. Flavor. Flavor. I'm
It's
gonna give
okay.
it
It's a second glass,
76 for flavor.
dude. Yep, I'm with it. I was saying 77 because there's
Yeah,
not many.
you can
There's
calculate
not
it
many
out.
times you
76
can
plus
pour it
77.
for me without ice, and I didn't mind it. And he just did that, and I took a big old sip of it, and it actually tasted really
The
good.
drinkability is really easy too. It's almost better than the flavor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 78 on drinkability. 76 flavor, 78 on drinkability. We're averaging, so 76 plus 77 plus 78 plus whatever he
So
said.
77 is the average.
Are you gonna go to 77 on drinkability?
Yeah, just to keep it 77. I agree. 77. That's a great fucking score for this.
So 77 is the average, right?
Mm-hmm.
Add a little bit.
Yeah, 2 77s,
That's
a
a good-
76 and
and that's-
78. Yeah.
That's like a $35, $40 bottle.
Yeah, that's a good one there. What was that? The 10-year? Russell's Reserve 10-year.
10-year. All right, that's our first live. Alan, our witch wants to know who you are. We're done. We'll see you soon.
Puganuka.
Pukanuka. Oh, my lordy.